Hello and welcome! It is episode 11 of the most illustrious Pokemon podcast you can find anywhere on the interwebs. I am the PokéMush, the mush who loves the mons, hosting the PokéPals Podcast, flanked as always by the two most delectable men in Pokemon. It's Ed, the PokéStrongman, and ToneZone TCG. Gentlemen, it has been far too long since we've been in the studios. We've been on our very famous Midlands tour. How are we?
Well, after travelling worldwide to Wolverhampton, I have been experiencing some serious blues. I will say, not being in the podcast studio, so bad that I've actually picked up some form of cold and have been feeling exceptionally sorry for myself.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like we had card show and then a card show, and now I'm lost. I'm like, what am I doing in the hobby? I've seen the lads a couple of times, and now I'm just waiting to see you both again. And I need to get that card show goodness back in my life.
It is post-show blues, big time. Especially we did London Card Show, a podcast, then straight to Wolves. It was such a surreal feeling, because obviously we did a full card show special. If you haven't, go watch it. And then we did a full podcast there as well. If you haven't, go watch it. And then it's been like a big break because obviously we had a release of an episode and then time until now. So we haven't actually been in the studio for like a month. And my God, has so much happened in a month. Weirdly, I do not know how, but basically the entire world ran around itself 3 times and everything has happened. There is so much news, events, and more for us to announce. Before we get to any of that, there is one major announcement that I am going to make that hopefully the boys will react to perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. We have been nominated for Podcast of the Year. It is an absolute monumental moment that only 10 episodes in, and not even a full year under our belt as a podcast, we have been nominated for Podcast of the Year. A massive shout out to the UK and Ireland card shows. They have nominated us alongside 5 other podcasts as Podcast of the Year. They will be drawing the results at the Collectors Showcase Olympia later on this year. Voting opens on the 6th of October. Do not worry, if you follow the podcast on YouTube, on Instagram, or on Patreon, because we're there now as well, we will be plugging it more than a bath in a house full of water. It's going to be everywhere, do not worry. I, although can talk a lot, was very much out of words when I discovered it. And a big shout out to Mel, who runs the Lincolnshire Card Show, for letting us know, because weirdly she told us in a comment and they didn't tag us. Genius. But honestly, I'm bereft of words to describe how it feels. It's incredible. And we couldn't be more grateful for everybody that's voted, nominated, or even considered sitting and watching this podcast that has been described as, yeah. Lads, how are we feeling about what's going on?
Man, I could not believe it. Like, it momentarily, and I mean, still has broken me entirely. Like, when that message came through, we got the tag, we shared it in the group chat. I think our collective thought was just, huh? Like, how on earth has this happened? Who's let this happen? We never meant to get as far as, like, a live podcast, let alone be in the running for Podcast of the Year. Like, it means so much, and I think it just came at a time as well where all of us collectively needed it. Like, the state of the hobby has been like ups and downs throughout this year, especially like getting cards, product, everything just seems so much harder. Like, social media is getting a lot tougher and you're seeing more and more people dip. But then to see this sort of like recognition, shout out, and obviously it's driven by you guys in the community, to see and feel that love on this scale, like, I could tear up right now thinking about it. Like, I still can't get over it. Like, I've put it on my CV, it's on LinkedIn. I told the postman when he dropped off some cards earlier, I was like, do you know who you're delivering to? You're delivering to 1/3, 33.3% of a Podcast of the Year nominee. I can't believe it. I'm still speechless. The gratitude is off the charts, and anyone and everyone that has spent the time to engage with us on LinkedIn, watch our content on YouTube. Just realised what I said.
For the 3 people that viewed my LinkedIn profile this week,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Shout out.
Yeah, anyone that's engaging with me on LinkedIn, you dogs, but has engaged with us on Instagram, has seen copies of my CV, and has potentially even delivered me mail. I love you all dearly. This is an unbelievable thing to even be in the running for, going up against some incredible podcasts that are so much more established than we are. The best is yet to come for us, and this has given us that massive kick up the arse to do bigger and better things. So next year especially is going to be a mammoth one for us podcast
Absolutely.
boys.
Honestly, there's not much I can add on, but I will try. It going off what Ed said, I remember the day we had the notification come in. I think because of some of the things that have been happening in the hobby, the post-show blues that we had, it was a day where all of us were in the chat, and again, we've discussed mental health before and how important it is to talk about it, and from that, the 3 of us regularly speak about our mental health together. And that day, all 3 of us were down in the dumps, and we were all going like, that's it, I'm keeping off Instagram, I'm staying off for today, I'm taking a night to myself. And I just remember putting my phone down and just being really stressed. And I looked and I just saw boys from Mush, and you just opened the message, and it awakened something back in us instantly, and we went from not wanting to touch Instagram for the rest of the night to we were speaking to each other for a solid hour. Like, who are we? Huh? Who are we? But it's such an incredible feeling. Honestly, I'm buzzing. We're just 3 humble men that collect cardboard, that sit together and chat absolute drivel for your entertainment. And you guys have decided to nominate us for Podcast of the Year. It's crazy. It's mental. But we love and appreciate everyone that supports us so much to get us to this point. It's mind-boggling. We did this for fun. This came from an idea from Mush that we were floating around by just going off the back of doing Instagram lives, and we're like, do you know what? We could make something of this. And there are days that we doubt ourselves, but then there are the other days where we're like, we're going to make millions. Soon come, join the Patreon. But yeah, it's such an incredible feeling, and thank you to everyone for anyone that's nominated, anyone that's followed, supported, given us the love, and massive thank you to UK and Ireland card shows for even thinking we deserve this. It's incredible. I'm getting speechless, and honestly, thank you all for your support. It's crazy.
It's still, I think Ed's right, it doesn't quite set in. I don't think it'll ever set in. I think that, like anybody, I'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna win, we're gonna do this, and then when the day comes and we come dead last, I'll be like, do you know what? I don't care, because we were put into the upper echelon of podcasts within a certain community, because we're up there alongside Sports Podcast, other TCG collectors, and other people in the media industry, if you will. You know, to even be in there, it's like Scunthorpe United winning the Premier League. It doesn't make any sense, you know. It is Brock having a water type. I'm confused, and yet at the same time, I'm keen. It's now going to be the headline when I give my resignation. Just in case you didn't know, Podcast of the Year nominee.
I'm going to have to start doing my food shop at Waitrose now.
Marks and Spencers have called, and they do want to sponsor the podcast. It's truly, because, like, I think the boys have touched on really well. We do definitely suffer, I think, big time from the card show blues, because and I don't want to say content creators, but as people that go and do lots of exciting things with all the people in the community, we spend so much of our time integrated with everybody and hanging out and doing fun things. Like we did the quiz and the pack giveaways, we did our DGen, we hung out with all of the vendors, we did our interviews. You know, we're so integrated that as soon as we leave, because all 3 of us don't live near each other, you know, there's a couple of hours between each of us, there is that immediate feeling of going from like the highest of highs, surrounded by everybody, to no, I'm sat in my office and I'm just looking at pretty cardboard that I've bought. Yes, pretty cardboard, good, but what about pretty podcast hosts? I don't have any of those at home. So truly, the boys have said it, but I'm going to say it one more time. For anybody that interacts with us, likes, comments, shares, subs to any of our pages, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Patreon, you are the real goats. You are up for podcast of the year. We just chat the absolute breeze, and somehow people enjoy it. It is crazy. Now, we said a couple of minutes ago that there is a big year coming for us next year. There's a big end of this year coming as well, because we have some card show announcements that we, as a podcast, will be attending again. Now, first off, on our Technically World Tour, because we will be going to another country. It just happens to be the country next door. We are going all the way over to Wales, and we will be at the Swansea Card Show on the 16th of October. We are very, very excited, and a big shout out to Red Ranger Cards, as they've been the ones organising it and getting it going. We cannot wait to be there. We're going to do the same as we did at Wolves. We're going to be doing tons of interviews with all the vendors, interviews with all you guys in the general public. We're going to be searching for cards. We're going to be giving each other shit. It's going to be a really wholesome and wonderful, wonderful time. Boys excited for Swansea?
I cannot wait to be at a card show with you boys again, amongst the public, in an environment that we do our best in, when we're, as Mush said, integrated with everyone. You get in all the atmosphere, all the people, all the different collectors as well, like anyone that's into sports cards, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything, and doing something again that's like another card show. Like, it's just building momentum for us. Cannot wait to be. I mean, I love Wales, and I really love what Red Ranger Cards are doing with this whole show as well, in the fact that it is to make it much more community driven, accessible, and also what they're doing on their socials to raise visibility of TCG stores within Wales as well. Like, it's such an underserved area that doesn't have like access to so many like big stores. Yeah, you've got like your Smith's Toys, but then it's really these independents that are the backbone of like TCG in Wales, particularly like southern Wales as well. So I think it's just an incredible thing that they're doing. Check out their Instagram series on promoting the local stores that will also have a presence at the show, or that you can go on to shop with later on down the line. And it's just, the world and the community is a better place when everyone is working together. So I love to see it, and I cannot wait to cover the event and be there with you boys.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. I think it's again easing that post-show blues, knowing that we've got one so close. It's almost less than a month away now. So yeah, no, it's really exciting, and as a football fan, I'm excited to see what it's like in a stadium. And I work in a stadium. I spend a lot of time in stadiums, but I'm really excited because I've never been to Swansea's ground. So for a football fan like me, it's really fun. But yeah, again, to touch on what Ed said, the fact that they don't have many card shops or opportunities to go see some of the stores that some of us do with local card stores and local TCG shops. It's so driven by providing a service to people. And I remember in our discussion with them, they were talking about wanting not just the adults that are into it, but the next generation. And hearing, we spoke about it in the group chat recently, hearing people want the next generation to love and be involved in the TCG warms our hearts, because none of us would be here if we didn't collect as kids. So it's really important to grow this community for the next generation, not just for you scalpy gits, but they're doing it the right way, and what they're doing is really important. And for them to want us to be a part of it, it's again such a humbling experience, and I just can't wait to show off their show.
It's one of those ones as well where the more we learn about it and the more that we've had back and forth with the guy at Red Rangers, the more exciting it becomes. And genuinely, like Ed said, what they're doing on their socials and the highlighting that they're doing with all of the TCG stores in the South Wales area is amazing. And I wish that there were people that were doing it everywhere. I think that, if I suddenly go to Burnley it'd be nice to know where to go that isn't just like, oh, there's a Smith's or an Argos or a Tesco that might have something. You know, having the highlight for small businesses and TCG shop owners out there, it's something that's really important because all of us want to collect shiny cardboard. It's a very simple thing and it's super, super effective. Yes, that was a really good pun. You're welcome. Not only will we be going to Swansea, we are making our triumphant return to the Wolverhampton Card Show on the 1st of November this year. We will be back live and in living colour inside the Manda Centre. It's bigger, it's longer, it's live and uncut. We cannot wait to be there. We've done loads of coverage for Wolverhampton, so I'm just going to say that we're going to be there. We're going to do loads and loads of cool things. We cannot wait to see everybody there, and maybe we'll even do another live show. Who knows? We probably will do another live show. Next up, going into 2026, we are kicking off the year as quickly as we can because on the 21st of February, we are going to be live at the Lincolnshire Card Show. We cannot wait, and it is an absolute honour and a privilege because they came to us. They said, we've had lots of people say that we need to have you there, so we need to have you there. If you could be there, please. So a big, big thank you to anybody that suggested us to the Lincolnshire Card Show. Do not worry, we're going to be there. We're going to do all of the cool stuff that we normally do, and we're probably going to spend far too much money. Absolutely. And that's usually what gets me in trouble. That's why I sleep in the garden when I get back from card shows. I'm not sad because I miss you two. I'm sad because my bed's cold.
Well, I'm going to quickly jump in on this one because you boys have yet to see Lincolnshire Card Show. I was very lucky and humbled to be invited by Mel to the last one, who runs the show, and one of the best card shows I've been to. Sincerely, it was so fun. The way she had it laid out, the way that she was providing for both the vendors and the guests, and it was such a fun event, and everyone was going up to everyone. I did a bit of both, so I did a bit of consuming and helping a good friend of ours, Art of Toads, help him vend it. He's still really good community, really good vibe. Honestly, I can't wait for the next Lincolnshire show. It's going to be so good. And the fact that people recommended us and that they reached out to us, that again, blows our mind.
I keep saying it's shocking, but it isn't. We're good at what we do. We are an entertaining trio. We are the three most prominent Pokemon podcasters here in the UK, and if you think otherwise, sorry, you're wrong. Can't help that one. We are very excited to go to Lincolnshire, and we are not stopping there because on the 14th of March, we will be going as ambassadors to the show to the Newbury Card Show hosted by Card ADM. We are going to be alongside a number of really cool content creators and vendors helping out, doing some really cool competitions, all of our interviews and all of our other fun stuff, and once again spending most of Ed's. I forgot the word for money then, but we'll be spending most of Ed's.
Oh dear.
Sorry to let you in. You might want to get a credit card or an overdraft.
Take it from here.
We're actually just spending Ed. Yeah, we're just going to go up to the table and go, how much for this,
please,
chap?
I wonder what 55% of me is, and do I get to choose which half they get?
55% of you is still taller than me.
I was going to say, 55% of you is still a fully grown man on a good day.
That's a regular human.
What I want to know is what 45% of you looks like next to Tone stood up straight. Shoulder height. Shoulder height. So yes, we will be at the Newbury Card Show as ambassadors on the 14th of March 2026. A number of card shows and a number of events that we're going to be covering. If you are out there thinking of holding a TCG event or a card show, we're available. Apart from those 4 dates, you should hit us up. We're really entertaining. That was a really good freeze frame, lads. Good effort. Moving in to the wonderful news that has come out of the Pokemon world while we've not been in the studio, and boy howdy is there a lot of it. First up, let's get this out the way early because we all hate it. Pokemon Center issues are back once again. Era 17 is running wild like teenage angst in an American horror movie. I'm not even going to bother. That's the news. Pokemon Center sucks. Sort it out. Do lotteries. Stop selling to scalpers. You're ruining the hobby. We go round and do this every 2 weeks.
Because there is a glimmer of positivity. Is they are starting to...
That looks massive, if I'm honest.
That's 45% of tone.
What's that? Like 7-8 inches?
Hang on, let me get my wife in here. She's a good measurer for that kind of thing.
What do you think? You wish. They have started to refund or cancel the bot orders, which is good to see. That is one positivity. However, it does not make up for the consistency of the shit shows. It shouldn't have even got to that stage. The lottery system is a tried and tested and proven thing that works. Why is it still the UK that is so far behind other countries' TCG methods? Why are we just all trying and fighting for boxes to then go online for 4 or 5 times the price? It's ridiculous.
The thing as well that always gets me is how everyone immediately locks in their pre-order, and then the eBay listing is still like their cart is still confirming it, and it's already on eBay, and you literally cannot sell on eBay like that because it has to be shipped within 40 days.
Yeah.
So we're pre-ordering like I think a year in advance at this point. Like, you can't be doing this, and yet people still do. And I got the dreaded error 17 message because, of course, I did, being a fucking human. I got it, but then people that are checking out in 0.2 seconds, no, that's fair game. They're just hot off the mark. But me, actually trying to refresh the page and click onto an item, they're like, that's highly suspicious, that, Edward. What are you doing on the website? And it's like, I'm here trying to buy product, you bastards.
The only thing here that really excites me, and yeah, it's an evil thing to be excited about, but not really, is the amount of eBay sellers that have put up this stock for far too high, for the 200 to 300s, that have just had a bot refund processed, so their order's been cancelled. Not only will it burn them, but if any of their orders on eBay have been accepted and approved, the silly sausages that are happy to pay these prices are also going to be left with nothing. So again, looking at the buyers that are happy to pay these 200 and up, stop being idiots. This will release in your stores. Just chill out, breathe, go smell some air. Jeez, smell some
Go
air.
smell some
Relax.
air. Touch grass, as we've said previously.
Because I'm trying to keep calm.
I'm really glad that you didn't say breathe grass, because then we'd be condoning drugs, and we're not about that here on the podcast. I think it's that simple adage, right? If you don't pay the scalper price, the scalper can't sell it, and then the scalper has to sell it at retail. I think we will go round and round about this for the next 20 years of the podcast if we make it that long. If the scalpers haven't bled me dry by then, it's a very frustrating thing, and to quote a scholar and a gentleman, it's a fucking shambles. It really is. Hey, it is the opposite of phenomenal. It is hornswoggle. It is Ouija styles. It is rubbish. It is pants. Get out. Moving swiftly away from things that are terrible and standing into the lane of things that are utterly goddamn dreadful and soaking wet. What not? You allow a man to sell 2 Umbreons from Prismatic Evolutions. Yes, that's my segue hat there. And then he refuses to sell them and send them because apparently they got dropped in a puddle. I'm not saying that I'm any kind of a genius. I'm not any kind of a landscaper. I'm not even a whatnot streamer. But who in the blue hell is opening prismatic packs in their back garden and chucking Umbreons in puddles? It is the best "my dog ate my homework" impression I've ever heard. And if ever there was a moment I needed Ed to drop that famous catchphrase, it's about now.
It's a fucking shambles. Like, who is there? Like, oh yeah, you've managed to pull 2 Umbreons. At the time, I think, because this happened earlier in the year, but this is a news story that circulated recently, they'd have been £1,000 to £1,500 each. Why are you raw dogging an Umbreon outside near a puddle when it's pulled indoors, packed indoors, and then securely packaged and posted? At what point there are you around puddles. If you can afford to be on Whatnot and have the equipment to stream on Whatnot, your roof should not have holes in. Pull the other one, it has got bells on it, sir.
It's so in the world of the worst excuses known to man. This is at the top. This is fucking ridiculous. This is pathetic. The man needs to be embarrassed. It is appalling. Like, we have all sold high-end cards, and as soon as you are selling that high-end card, as soon as it hits triple figures, even £50 and up, you are making sure, I at least, that package is in my hand, secured in a bag maybe. I'm like looking over my shoulder, I'm like getting good postage, making sure it's all sorted out properly, well done, nice, amazing. As someone that used to be a Whatnot seller, especially when someone pulled an SIR from a pack rip or bought a very expensive single, I was taking a lot of extra care with that package. Are you telling me that you had 2 Umbreons and you're no, fuck off. You're telling me, did he only make one sale as well? What happened to all the other packages? You, again, as a Whatnot seller, whether you're selling singles, pack rips, you're probably selling between 20 to 100, if not more, individual packages. You're sending a lot. You normally get a little bag and you take it all either to the post office or to your drop centre, wherever you're doing it. And are you telling me that only that one dropped in a puddle? Or did you drop all 100 in the puddle? Don't piss me off. Yeah? Did you drop it in a pond? The fuck? 2 Umbreons. Get fucked.
I'm just.
Are you telling me as a grown human being you don't strategically drop things? Because that's clearly what's happened here. Oh no, all of these parcels, it's just the Umbreons.
I'm just thinking the only way this excuse could have been better is if it was one of those where it was like, I was packing your order, but then Ash Ketchum messaged me saying that he needed 2 Umbreons for his team, and I quote, he said, can't catch all of them.
It's the odd cousin of the hello. I am a Nigerian prince looking for £5,000. Please send now. It's honestly the worst excuse. If you happen to be this Whatnot streamer and you've stumbled across this moment on this podcast, or somebody has sent it to you, you're a dick.
I don't even want you watching the rest of this episode. Stop it now.
Yeah, please leave now. The rest of this podcast is not for you. And give whoever it was that bought them.
Let him know. I don't even know who this is. I want to know who this is. Because I'm fucking pissed.
Look what you've done to Tone. Look what you've done to him. He's angry.
I forgot about
It's all right. The moan zone will come later. We just give you. To be honest, we've not sat down for, like I say, for nearly a month, so there's so much that we've got to go through, and I also forgot about it, and when I read my notes for it earlier, on my notes, which are on my phone on a little handle here, it literally reads, "Whatnot scammer strikes again. How the fuck do you drop it in a puddle?" Question mark. Because it's just the most
Can that
outrageous
be the episode title? That is golden. Episode 11, how did you drop it in a puddle?
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Moving away from things that are terrible and moving away from things that make me want to stand in traffic, the mega sets booster boxes have been revealed. And there's no artwork. They are plain black boxes. They look like the kind of thing that was in a car for insurance for somebody at the age of 19. It's a bit disappointing, I have to say. Now, I'm not going out of my way to collect Mega Revolutions. I may well be doing Japanese Mega Brave because your boy likes the backs of the Japanese cards. But why no artwork? I don't particularly like it. I think that it should have something, especially if you're a sealed collector. I think there should be something.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Did you see last month with Pokemon TCG Pocket when they released the Ho and Lugia sets? And the two
artwork to me two cards.
It was like, why release this when you're not ready? This shows that they're going too fast. You're trying to pump things out It's like if us as content creators just our post in the morning is just a sorry, not ready yet. Like, what are you doing? Just if you have something, I'm baffled.
Next week's podcast will just be a row of 3 black screens with just sorry, still filming.
What we'll do is we'll just pocket dial for 2 hours. The real kicker here though is the fact that I know this isn't the reason, but the fact that the mega set has been delayed and that's the booster box they reveal. It's like, oh, I'm really, really glad I waited for that. I've never seen a black square before. Like, this is so stupid. And like, if I've got a booster box on pre-order, I will be opening it. But at least for that moment that it's sat on my shelf, I want it to look nice, not just here's a black box with some word art on it. Thank you for your hundreds of pounds. It's so daft.
It does really feel like when you give a kid like an art project and they just go, there you go, it's abstract. No, it's absent. It's absent of anything. You've not done anything.
No, we wanted absol, not absent.
New evolution. It's so dark you can't see it. It's just, it's one of those ones where I do genuinely wonder, especially for our sealed collectors out there, is that one even worth getting now? Is that something that you want to have on your shelf and want to admire? Because I know that people keep ETBs or.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Because it's so blank and plain, it will go for more money than any other. This is where the way the hobby's going right now. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you get that no artwork box? Ooh."
Oh, did you get that super rarity shadowless shadow?
It's an error box. Error box.
Somebody's going to start quoting that bit from Hellboy where it's just like, in the absence of light, darkness prevails. Oh, honestly, just enough. It's rubbish. We're not happy. Do some art, all right? Just get somebody to draw. You've got enough artists to do a box. All right? Thank you ever so much.
It's going to get banned.
Moving into...
It's going to get banned.
Yes. I'm going to carve 666 into it and it's going to get banned. How's that Seismitoes doing now, everybody?
That banned card.
That'll be that then. That banned card that didn't get banned and plummeted harder than I did out of the sky. It's just daft. It really is just daft. Moving on. Charizard, everybody's big favourite red dragon, even though it's not a dragon, has had a new card leak for its Mega Evolution SAR. Let's all be serious for a moment. Put it up in front of my face. Everyone just look at it. Look at it. You looked at it? Good. That is a fantastic card. That is the standard going forwards. I do not want to see a drop in it, all right? I feel like my English teacher when he saw me do one good piece of homework. I do not want to see a drop in this, okay, Mush? Continue at this standards. Seriously, that Charizard card is fantastic. All the little nuances in it, the rest of the evolution line in the corner that builds up to the Mega, they are smashing through this Mega set. All of the cards that they've done, the full arts with the original Pokemon and the Mega in the front, all of the SARs, everything is top tier. I love it. Not even a Charizard fan, love it. We'll probably fight a small child to get one. Gentlemen, how do we feel?
I am so impressed. And I think that's the thing. It was like when we saw it leaked, I was like, no, that can't be real. That's far too good. Like, that's so like creative, dark, moody, everything you want from a top chase card. And we've actually got it, and now we don't know what to do because it's like this is actually like perfect for what you'd want a chase card to be. And like Mush said, all of the nuances, the little touches. I was quite apprehensive heading into this Mega era, but I will say everything that I've seen so far has been absolutely top notch. So I'm very excited to get into this and the Inferno X Japanese booster box I've got on the way. Shout out to Pokemon Japan. I can get through on a different country, but I can't in the UK.
To be honest, lads, I don't think it's all that. I feel like if I say that, it won't soar to £400 or £500 like we know it's going to be. So it's not good. No one should buy it. Leave it alone. Don't let it hit the stonk dogs. And let's keep it nice and low price so that I can actually get my hands on it because it's a glorious card. It's a stunner. It's so nice. And again, to echo Mush, I'm annoyed at how much I love a Charizard card. It's so good. But yeah, it's another Charizard banger that it's gonna skyrocket. That's my only fear. The realist in me is like, will I ever get my hands on it? Probably not, because we can barely get our hands on products anyway. But yes, as an artwork, stunner.
Quick question: this Zard or the Paldean Fates Charizard?
Get out of my brain. Get out of my... I was just about to say there is no way that in my lifetime I will have both the Mega and the Paldean Fates. Get out of my head.
As someone that owns
Genuinely,
He's having his Britney
if
moment.
if I hear the words, oh, as somebody who owns the Paldean Fate Zard, come out of you one more time, I'm gonna come round.
So as someone that owns the Paldean Fate Zard, I actually think this new one's better. But Mush, I'll let you take it away.
As somebody who doesn't own any of the Charizards, genuinely, I think the Paldean Fates for me, I just love the art style. Massive fan of that. But there's something about this new Mega card. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there is something about it that is just, it's got me by the arms and it's dragging me into the store to get any product to go and grab one. Ironically, it's not something that I'm desperate to collect as a set, but it's yet another single from a set that I'm now like, great. I only want the most expensive card in the set. Marvelous. It's a really great piece of art. I'm looking past it as a Pokemon card at the moment and currently only looking at it as a piece of art. And genuinely, it is absolutely phenomenal.
Beautiful stuff.
Sliding in beautifully. It is absolutely fantastic. Genuinely one of the best leaks that I've seen in a long time. It can only go upwards from Mega Victory Bell. Let's just remember that, okay? There is only an upward trajectory after Mega Victory Bell. PSA! They're a company that grade cards and put them in slabs and put them on their website, and you don't even get them back. Because PSA have announced they are doing the PSA Card Vault, where basically you send them your cards, they grade them, they put them on a website, they sell them, and then you get a fraction of the price, or you get Tone at 45%. It's a really strange time in the hobby, and we've said it, fighting for product, dealing with scalpers, things being sold overpriced, things not being able to get hold of, and now we've got grading companies taking your grails and going, hey, this is stonks, bro. If we sell it, we'll give you such and such for it. It's weird. I'm not about it. I don't really know how to feel. It makes me think as well, especially if you're an English collector or a European collector and you're sending to PSA over in the States, it goes from us to a middleman, from a middleman to PSA. Like 16 PSA employees give it a good fondle before it goes into a slab. And then PSA go, we're going to keep it if you don't mind. I'm going to bung it on the website, sell it for $3,000 and you can have such a percentage of it. Thanks. It just seems a bit like, it's like going into a shop and then being like, we can't be asked to go and find what you want. So if you just get what you want and then we'll take it off you and sell it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel. How do you feel?
Like, I understand it to a degree in the sense of it's PSA cashing in on something that people are already doing. We've seen it with like their upcharges, and now this is just that next step of like, how can they get more money out of everyone else? But I think this just really highlights the issue with the Pokemon collecting hobby at the moment. It's not a collection hobby. It's pull the most expensive thing, sell the most expensive thing, claim you're a fan of Umbreon. But it's just the fact that now you don't even get the card back and it's up for sale. It's like we say about like when people scalp stock and they get it in their car and they take the picture of it and list it on Facebook Marketplace. They've not even left Smith's car park and it's already listed. So it's just now that like you're sending off a card to not even get it back. Like what is the point? Like we've all, apart from Tone, we've all graded. We enjoy it. Like we do it to preserve the artwork of the card, and dependent on the grading provider, you get the label as well. Just to hand here, I have this beautiful Blood Moon Ursaluna EX from Terrestrial Festival in a slab. I could not dream of sending off a card for grading and then be like, don't even send it back. Just sell it for me. Like, what is the point? And why are we just turning this into a cash grab when it used to be about the artwork? It used to be about the chase, is in actually getting that card, and then when you have it, preserving it so that it stays in that condition indefinitely. And like, if you want to sell it in the future, that's your business. But to literally not even get the item back and just have it sold for you, to me, it's just parasitic. It shouldn't be happening. And when the flag bearer for the grading industry is doing this, it's just going to send ripples out throughout. And like, is that going to be something that we start seeing if like companies start partnering with eBay and you send a card off to Ace, like PG, anyone in the UK, and it's like, do you want the card back or do you want us to list it on eBay for you? It's just flipping for quick profit, and it's taking the collection out of a TCG that it shouldn't be. And it's saddening to see, but it's going to carry on, and people are going to love it because they're just going to get quick money and they don't care about the hobby at all.
For me, it's one word: lazy. It's extremely lazy. It's infuriating. I'll be honest. Again, I don't grade because I like my cards raw. I like to have the card. I like to collect the card. I understand about people that want to preserve them. That totally get. I think my biggest gripe with grading is lads like you are very rare. Very few and far between do you find the people that grade for their own card to keep and preserve anymore. And there's a lot of people out there. We've got friends that do it. We know people. I even had a pop in the group chat last night. People that are flipping product for quick cash. It's becoming more and more investment, and it's sickening to see for someone that was in it, is in it, only is in it for myself to collect and enjoy cards, not to make money. Like, I have a job. People need a job. People need an actual job in life. Like, come on. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, this is a job. This is a job, making money off other people by scamming them and fooling them and flipping stuff. People making little group chats to say, let's all buy this card off of each other and increase the price. Let's be honest. This is a next step level of laziness. This is part of that crew of people who send stuff to grading just so that they can make more money on a card. Let's be honest. And again, I know there's loads of our friends that are going to hear this and be like, Tone's having a pop at me again. I'm not having pops. I understand why you're doing it. If you've got a double and you want to make a bit more money, I kind of get it. But again, it's that laziness now where you used to get it back and then sell it yourself. Now this is just don't worry about doing that. Pay me to sell it for you. And PSA are cashing in to get, and again, they're scalping you guys by doing it, and you guys are going, anyone that does this service will be like, yeah, fuck it saves me some time. You probably won't make as much money on the slab, so what's the point? And just sell the card raw. Or just enjoy your cards, guys. Enjoy collecting. It shouldn't be about flipping for profit. But again, the one caveat I will say is, because I'm so against all this, I know, but I do understand that when you are spending thousands on thousands, and if you are pulling doubles and you want to make some money back, I get it. But I just feel like this is really lazy. And I could be wrong, and I'd love to hear from people that disagree with me, but I also know that there are a lot of people that don't collect anymore. Like, again, we know people that see a card like, this is my grail card, let's go sell it on my story. It's what's the point anymore? And now it's just easier for them to go, let me send it to a middleman, to send it to a company, to be the middleman to sell it for me. Just make it make sense, please. Can we not just go back to collecting?
I think as well. Oh, we both think. We both think, therefore we are. Go on, Ed, take it.
We've both thought. I think as well, just where, like, obviously, because there's money in Pokemon, more people are coming into it. Because it's more mainstream, people are, like, re-entering the hobby, which is great. but I think when this almost becomes like the status quo and like the standard, I think this is when it starts to get even more of a slippery slope in the sense of, are you now grading because you want to preserve the card, or is it brilliant? This card is 50 quid. If I grade it, it's 200. PSA will take 50 of that, so I've made like £100 like profit on it, and then it just keeps repeating, and it's like it turns the collecting into, like we were saying, a business, which it doesn't need to be or shouldn't be. Like, I have no issue with people making money because we all need it. The world runs on it, but there are better ways of doing it. And like, don't sit there telling me you're passionate about Pokemon when you're actually only passionate about the money that it can make you. That's the big caveat for me,
Absolutely.
because it's like, I've graded cards in the past that I'm like, I can see why someone would like that. I'll grade it. If it grades well, I would probably like keep it. If it grades like a 9 or something, I will sell it on. I've done that before, but I've not immediately been like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna use this to buy up more stock to keep flipping. I've been like, I'm gonna use that money to buy some cards that I'm gonna enjoy and go in my binder. And I just think it's so bizarre. And before Mush gets onto his point, this is just something that I wanted to discuss anyway, and I feel like this is just a very nice natural turning point for it. What I don't understand at the moment is whenever a special illustration rare from a new set gets revealed, it immediately is ridiculously expensive. Like that Charizard, we know it's probably going to debut in the market at upwards of
figures.
£500, probably closer to
Yeah.
a grand. Like we saw it with the Umbreon from Prismatic. That card is going to be in print for at least 2 years. We've seen lately it's been a lot longer. The fact that 151 has been getting reprints, they're miraculously even finding stuff from Sword and Shield that they're like, oh, silly us, we forgot about
Barely
this.
any hits in them, but yeah.
I picked, yeah, yeah, hits are removed, but you can buy the packs. How is it that these cards are debuting at that silly money when I picked up this Ursaring from Neo in a PSA 10, as I looked out of curiosity, 60 quid. Like, I know it's not a particularly fan favourite Pokemon, whatever, but the fact that this card has been out of print for 20 plus years, and that is not even a tenth of what, like, the 151 Charizard is in like a PSA 10. Make it make sense. Like, I've got that Sabrina's Gengar, the actual banned one from Japanese Gym series. I paid, like, yes, I paid a couple of £100 for it, but that's still like cheaper than the 151 Charizard is. And it's like that set's still being printed. Like the Umbreon from Prismatic is still being printed. It's like a sixth of the price of that. I don't understand why everyone's like new, shiny, grade, sell for 4 digits when that card is going to be so widely like available because the set is going to be printed for the next 3 years. Like, I don't understand it. And again, it's only going to get worse because of this scenario.
Because a little thing in this hobby called silly sausages, making up their prices. But I digress.
For me, and Ed pretty much touched on a majority of what I wanted to say. My one thing for me is how long now, if PSA are going to grade your card and then buy it from you, how long until Ace, how long until PG, how long until CGC and Beckett, they all follow suit? Because what's to stop Beckett buying your 151 Zard, giving it a black label, and making themselves tons of money? What's to stop PG buying a ton of Terastal Festival or Prismatic in both English and Japanese, tenning all the Umbreons and making themselves tons of money? What's to stop Ace going, you have this card that is worth £900 raw, because of course it is, and in an Ace 10 we can make it £2,500, so here's £1,200. We'll buy it from you, we'll grade it ourselves, we'll sell it for profit, because we're very close. We're at Tone at 12%.
Come on, yeah?
And what I want to know...
It's Tone, not Hornswoggle. Don't take the piss.
All right, we're millimeters away from essentially losing
Yeah.
grading integrity, because they could just go, we'll buy this, this, and this, and we're going to grade it, and then we're going to sell them on our own PSA, eBay, Ace, whatnot, PG website. Like, there's to a point where I could just go, oh, well, here's my Nintendo Switch. My Nintendo Switch is a 10, and therefore it's better than your Nintendo Switch, and it's worth more money. Ha ha ha, give me all your pennies. We are dangerously close, people, to being at a point in the hobby where it is almost more worthwhile to collect backwards than it ever will be to collect forwards. Massively so, and Ed makes a great point with the vintage card that he got. A PSA 10 of a card that is that nice, because the Neo Ursaring is a beautiful card, being £60 in comparison to a no-necked flying lizard, is outrageous. It truly is one of those ones that I, like the boys, cannot comprehend. Another bunch of issues that we have in the hobby, because Tone's now doing the finger, which means that he wants to cut into my segue of my cutting.
Because, sorry to cut you off, but you made a great point. But to add to that is they're already, PSA especially, have been in the news a lot recently for giving things 10s that aren't worth 10s. So you talk about integrity, but their name has been besmirched multiple times recently. It's closer than what you've said. It's closer than Hornswoggle. It's much closer. Yeah, it's so dangerous, because you get that one PSA employee that will just give it a 10. I don't know what it's like. It could be even worse than we know. What if the individual grader gets commission? You don't know who's getting the money for this. You don't know what's happening. We still don't know. It's still a really crazy world. But your points are so valid. It's so dangerous that someone could just see a PSA 7 or 8 card and go, if I give this a 10, we make an extra 400 or 500 quid on that one card. We do that 10 cards today, it's an extra few grand. We do that this week, we're in the 5 figures. We do that this month, we're looking at 6 figures. And it builds and it builds, and it is scary. It's really, really scary, and it's just, yeah, it's baffling. It's absolutely baffling.
I think as well that's something that I hadn't actually even considered, but you're then giving it to the graders. You're giving them far too much power, because they already have control over the population. We've seen countless stories of like PSA pop controlling, like say the Van Gogh Pika, for instance. That was one that was like buzzing for a while. But it's like they're now obviously controlling the grading, but then they're controlling the market price of the graded cards. Where is actually the involvement that we can be like, actually no, I don't want to pay that. Like that's not right. And like, where does like the negotiation like we get at card shows, when it's like, oh, if I get like these 3, will you knock like 10% off? It just becomes right. So you've got a 10. Normally that's £1,800, but now we're going to make it 2,100 because we've got them all and we control which ones go out. This card's now actually going to be £2,500. Like, it's just, it becomes such a slippery slope, and binders are going to die out because everyone's just going to grade because your card's worthless without it. And we're just giving these strangers far too much control over our collectables, but then also the marketplace as well. It's just, it's such a slippery slope.
The last point, just because
I think on that,
I know he wants.
Go on. I'll come back. Like, you're both doing fine without me.
Because it's just hit my mind, and it's again, one of the things that happens when a new set is released is you're waiting for the first pop of a 10 and the first few pops to come out and what the prices are going to be. They're going to come out so much quicker because they're going to come from straight from them. It's not going to then have to make its way back to you. So in England, where you're waiting for one of the first ever pop 10s that England's going to get, that's again middleman to them, to the middleman to you, and whatever. You are going to send it to a company, they are going to grade it, and they're going to be able to flip it instantly. That alone will make the price soar so much higher, so much quicker. We already said that the prices are soaring far too high too quickly anyway. Doing it like this I fear that prices of raw cards as well, because we see it. If something's getting a four-figure sum in a PSA 10, that is going for £500, £600, £700, no matter what the bloody grade. And knowing that it can get to that and then be sold on much quicker is scary. I will stop now, Mush.
And I'm also here.
Oh, sorry,
I
just
think
quickly.
that-
No, it's just fucking with you.
You're fired.
Thank God.
I'm just gonna knock this on the head because we keep talking about things that are rising. I'm gonna move us swiftly over to this final point of news that I want to get on before we go into the big thing that is Nintendo Direct, because that was the best hour of my life. Things that are rising, apart from, PSA upcharges and their ability to control everything in the market. Mew. Pokemon's 151st Pokemon is quite literally heading to the moon. Every Mew card currently is doubling, tripling, and quadrupling in price and dividing by 8 in availability. Suddenly, there are no Mews apart from the expensive one. It's incredible that a legendary Pokemon has become so scarce. I don't know why people make these decisions. I get there are some Pokemon out there that are just... They have tax. It's the Mewtwo tax, it's the Gengar tax, it's the Rayquaza tax, it's the Mew tax now, and it will continue to happen going forward. Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, they've all got a little bit of tax on them. Everybody comes with a tax. I've seen some Mimikyu tax lately. It's happening everywhere. Mew is on the rise. People, as Ed has said, 151 is still available in places. You don't have to spend 90 quid on a promo. I'm whispering to contain my rage. Right. One of my friends, his partner is a big Mew fan, and they went to Cardmania in Bournemouth at the weekend, and she picked up the Mew promo for £50, which is about 40 quid less than what people are currently selling it for on the internet. Do not give in to the fear of mewing out. I'm going to call it. FOMO is right there. I've killed Ed because I am simply the most linguistic man on the planet. It's honestly, there is nothing new about this. It's happened with every kind of card. I'm going to keep doing it. Honestly, we're moving on. Okay, no more. Thank you ever so much for standing at my TED Talk. Genuinely, though, it's one of the strangest things out there, because what we'll see next is that once we've done Mewtwo and we've done Mew, we'll move on and we'll end up doing Rayquaza, we'll do Kyogre, we'll do Groudon. Once we've done them, we'll move on, we'll do Kyurem, we'll do Reshiram, we'll do Zekrom, and then we'll keep going until somebody tries to justify that Koraidon and Miraidon deserve £1,000 cards. You won't, it can't happen, please, no, kabang.
Wo-Chen to the moon.
Oh, God, Ting-Lu for president.
Ting-Lu's a £7,000 card now.
I actually will say the Wo-Chien SIR is a nice looking card, but an awful looking Pokemon. We move away from it all because I'm tired of talking about horrible things. Let's talk about really good stuff. Nintendo Direct. 1 hour of possibly the most salivating, captivating, satiating Nintendo-based news ever. Honestly, there are 1,000 games coming out. There are lots of updates, cool things coming. I'm not going to touch on everything because my brain will go kabang. We're going to go through all the major points. We're going to touch on some of the things that we like the look of, and then we're going to move on and do the rest of our stuff where we do the ToneZone. We're going to do some analytics. We're going to play a little card of ours, and then we have a brand new segment. Ooh. Nintendo Direct. They capped off a phenomenal hour with some great Pokemon news, but before we get to that Pokemon news, they opened with, and I am actually quite sad to say that it's this old, 40 years of Super Mario Brothers. It terrifies me that I've been alive for 32 of those 40 years. I have played Super Mario Bros. From literally when I was this tall at Hornswoggle's height to the 5'6" that I currently am. It's really, really, honestly, overwhelming that it's still gone from, a small Italian plumber jumping down some pipes to the mass of games that they've had, with everything, with the Olympic Games, with tennis, with racing, with Super Mario Galaxy. They've got some really cool things coming out. They've got a new movie as well coming out. Shout out to Chris Pratt for actually doing a decent Mario. How do we feel about all the Mario stuff coming? Excited? Underwhelmed? Overwhelmed? Bit of both?
I am absolutely buzzing. Like, Super Mario Galaxy, one of my favourite Mario games. Playing it on the Wii, unbelievable. The fact that you get in the original and then the sequel as like a twin pack, love that. Absolutely going to be picking that up. The fact that like there's a Super Mario Galaxy themed film coming out. I actually love the Super Mario Brothers movie. I resisted watching it because I was like, it's going to be dreadful. I saw the cast and I was like, how is that a thing? Like, why is this happening? I heard Peaches more times on TikTok than I would care to admit. And my God, that song hurts my bollocks. But I enjoyed it, loved it, can't wait to see what they do next. And it was, again, when you think of like your first experience playing Mario, for me, side scroll, obviously, on like the Game Boy. And then to see it go from that to where we are now, it is just like that progression. And if you'd have told little Ed that he was one day going to be playing like this insane game in this massive universe with like all of these different things, it's like that's something that you could have only dreamed of. So to have experienced as much of it as I have, I am like, it's really grounding, but it's also like it just goes to show that these good things do last. And I can't wait to see what happens over the next 40 years of Mario as well.
Honestly, I am so bloody excited. I'm a massive Mario fan. The very first game I ever got at about 5 or 6 years old was Super Mario 64 on the N64, my very first console. And it's a game that before the pod, me and Ed were discussing because we both got it on Switch and we've both played it on there as well. It's a staple and one of my favourite ever games. And then I remember the first ever Game Boy block grey, black and white one. And the first game I got on that was the side scroller Super Mario. And it's rooted in all Nintendo nostalgia for me. And it's one of the minimal characters I'll pick when I do Mario Kart. Mario for me is just such a staple, and like you both said, like the things that are coming out are so exciting. I played the Galaxy games on the Wii many years ago, and they're really fun games. I'm really excited for the movie. Like Ed said, I've only recently watched a Super Mario film myself for same reasons that I was putting it off, and I was so pleasantly surprised. And after the film, me and my wife looked at each other and went, that was better than it should have been. And we were so, it was like we could easily sit and watch that again. And so to hear a sequel coming out is very exciting. But yeah, I'm so excited for what's to come. It's a very exciting time.
For a young mush, Mario N64, or Mario 64 as it was known, and Mario Kart 64, they were my first introductions. Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Game Boy Advance, I actually burnt my cartridge out. I played it so much because it was just one of those games that alongside Pokemon, because I didn't own a big console like a PlayStation or an Xbox for a number of years, I just had handheld. That and the Pokemon games that was my experience of Nintendo, and honestly, loved it to pieces. All the great things that have come out of Super Mario, moving forward from that with things like Super Smash Bros. And stuff like that, you know, they are staples because of the characters that Nintendo have
Mario
supplied
Party.
us. You cannot in any way. Yeah, Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Mario at the Olympic Games, Mario Football, which is actually a banger of a game. And if you haven't played it, go and give yourself a quick game of five-a-side. It's genuinely decent. There's so much that Mario has done that nobody else will ever beat them at. And it's a really good thing to look back on, especially considering they've been going 40 years. And we keep talking about Super Mario movies, right? A shout out to the Bob Hoskins movie from the 90s.
Yes.
All right? That movie was awful and yet fantastic. Shout out to the Koopa Troopers and their weirdly Bob from Beetlejuice sized heads. I'm going to flash up a picture of them over Tone.
Ooh.
No, Ed.
Ooh.
These are my Koopa Troopers. Yeah, the walk.
I just love stuff like this as well because it's like it's not often that a franchise, an individual, a character can like transcend the thing that they're in, and like we see it with like Pokemon and how much that is in like pop culture, but it's like Mario did that as well. It's like Mario is involved in like everything. It's influenced so many other games, spin-offs, platformers. It really popularized that genre of games, and there are so many things that we wouldn't have without Mario existing. I just feel like it's one of those things that is like not to get too deep, but you almost feel lucky to be like alive at the same time and be able to experience it as it's happening, as it's developing, as it just keeps getting better and better. And it's like those sort of things that again it really grounds you because it's like this is something that I played as a kid and now it's a film. There's like soundtracks, there's all this merch. Like you can wear T-shirts with Mario on it. It's like this is just that sort of stuff that you just can't believe is actually happening, and you know that something that you enjoyed and have held so dear, everyone else is doing it as well. And it's just like I didn't know Tone loved Mario as much as he does until we were chatting about it. And it's like, oh yeah, we played like all of it, and it's like you find out all these extra things, and it's the community, and it's how it just bleeds into everything else. It is. I love it. Like I sit here absolutely chuffed to bits that we're celebrating 40 years of Mario.
It's honestly, if you'd have told me, let's say about 25, 26 years ago when I was very small and playing it on the N64, that 26 years later, I'd still be able to play it and have the ability to go back and play the games I played as a kid in their entirety, I would have told you that you're a crazy person and you should go back out of my house. Where did you come from? It is awesome, and Nintendo massively delivered on Direct. There are so many games that are coming out that look really cool. I've got a long list of them, and we've got Dinkum, which is a survival style game, Minecraft-esque. It looks really cool. Popycomp, which is basically like a palette swapping gun game where you can only destroy certain colours. It looks quite fun. Tomodachi Life. It's a me character game where you run an island. Basically, would you like to be god to some weird looking animated people? Go and play that. There is a game that I think me and Ed are more excited about than anybody else, and I'm going to say two words: Mortal Kombat. Ladies and gentlemen, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, where you can play all of the arcade, console, and all of the online tournament games that they have provided over the years, is making its big, big debut and return to the Nintendo and Switch consoles. I am, to quote Ed, a slut for Mortal Kombat. I am an absolute slag for hitting people with Kano balls, saying get over here, and freezing people to death with Sub-Zero. I have got two tanky arms. You may call me Jax because I button bash harder than anyone you've ever known. You will need to plug me into an outlet because I will be raging electricity like Raiden. I am so excited for the ability to go back and play all of the old Mortal Kombats as a kid, as an adult now, with the ability to actually understand how to do combos and moves. I cannot wait.
I am
Cannot wait. How are we feeling?
so pumped for this. For those that don't know, I have literally got Goro doing a fatality tattooed on my leg. Like, I love Mortal Kombat so much. And like Mush said, being able to play these games sort of like remastered and actually, you know, have the fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination to actually hit a combo or use a special move or hit a fatality if I have a cheat sheet next to me. I am so ready for it. Mush and I have already begun shit talking each other, being like, yeah, I am going to absolutely destroy you, and then we're going to play Mortal Kombat. I cannot wait to get hold of, again, Nintendo Direct was a lot of nostalgia fuel, and nostalgia is something I am an absolute slut for. So I am looking forward to playing all of the Mortal Kombats, including some that I didn't get to play as a kid, like I think it's the Sub-Zero Chronicles or something like that. Like, never played it. Looking forward to giving it a go. I know it's heavily memed, and it'd be nice to experience it for myself and get more of the memes as well. So I cannot wait. This was one of my standouts in Nintendo Direct.
No, I'm buzzing. I can't wait. I love Mortal Kombat. It's one of the games that me and the wife still play on PS5. I, unlike you two, and you two have played gaming with me, so you know, and anyone that knows me from outside Pokemon hobby knows this, I have poor hand-eye coordination with all technology and gaming. I am shocking. Don't give me a shooting game or many other games. Just give me a platformer. It's what I'm good at. Everything else I am, but I'm a fucking good button basher. I tell you that for free. And you give me a good character, and I just love Mortal Kombat. It's such a sick game.
Sorry, can we just splice in? You know, from SpongeBob, when he's like, "Can you put your hand on the lid of the jar?" And he's like, "The lid, the lid, the lid." That was us earlier trying to get on Scarlet and Violet together. Can you get online? He's like, "I'm trying, it's not doing it." And I was like, "Tone, your Switch is on offline mode."
Yeah, it's not unknown knowledge. I am shit with technology, lads. We all know this. If you didn't know, get to know. Anyway, I'm excited because I love a button basher. It's going to be very fun. I can't wait for us three to do our own little Mortal Kombat tournaments and get third every time. It's going to be very fun. But yeah, same with Ed. I can't wait to go back and play the ones that I missed. That's the really exciting one for me as well. Is A, going back to the nostalgic ones that I haven't played in years, and B, going to play the ones that I missed. I'm really excited.
I don't know why, but my brain is just doing is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. But it's just Tone trying to load up Mortal Kombat. Is this the game? No, that's not it at all. It's there's going to be some SpongeBob meaning going on in the next few moments. I'm very excited by it. I absolutely love Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11, I bought purely because I wanted to play the story, because I really enjoy the lore and the world built around Mortal Kombat. And then I got really sweaty and played far too much of it online. Probably offended a number of people. Probably emasculated a number of men, which is great, because I'll never be able to do that physically in real life, because I am but a weak little.
Honestly, 10 and 11 almost put our marriage on hold because we were so competitive, like proper.
No, I think it put it on hold because you just got emasculated by your wife.
50-50.
I've seen your hand-eye coordination, Tone. All right. Why can't I connect? Have you tried turning the internet on?
When it comes to that game, she's equally as good as me.
Smart.
Good is such a strong word there you've used. Equally as there. Equally as available to play at request. Moving away from Mortal Kombat and into other games that are getting remakes and remasters, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is finally making its way over to the Switch, being ported from the PlayStation. Final Fantasy is a massive, massive game. Whether you've played it, played the turn-based version, played the phone game, played the new updated hack and slash style, I think that this game has got a little bit of something for everybody. I myself have recently tried to play it and stopped playing it because I was rubbish at it. Thank you, Final Fantasy, for basically having a great world, but me having poor gaming skills. Linked, Banner of the Spark, which is an RPG-style game. It looks vibrant, has a very cool lifestyle system where you need to eat, sleep, rest, build your world, and survive. It's another really cool handheld game. There's a lot of things that they're doing for the Nintendo Switch that goes from when you're playing it to this, to on the big screen, that translates really well. And that's something I think that is, as big kids that we are, we went from playing a Game Boy on a screen that would barely be big enough for an iPhone these days, to now being able to play it on a 42-inch, 50-inch plasma or whatever you've got in your house, and it translating really well. I mean, if you've got Switch 2, if you're still playing Scarlet or Violet on the Switch 1, it's... Which is fine. I really like it when my Hitmonchan does this. Interesting. Hades 2. I loved Hades. It is a roguelike run and gunner where you basically run from the underworld of Greek mythology all the way to the overworld. It's finally getting a sequel. I think it's been long, long overdue. You will play as the princess of the underworld as you must fight your way to the top of Olympus to take down Kronos. If neither of you have played this, go and play it. Genuinely, you will not be disappointed. I'm really hoping that eventually we're going to also get a Blasphemous 3, because 1 and 2 were incredible. These are games that I don't think get as much love because they're kind of indie styles that get uploaded to the Nintendo shop, but genuinely Blasphemous 1 and 2 and Hades, if you haven't played any of them, go and play them soon. This one, I think we are all going to be quite excited for, except me, because I just don't know how to feel about it, because for me it's just a bit of a copy and paste game. It's Kirby Air Riders. It's basically Mario Kart with Kirby. Inhaling your enemies and spitting them at speeds that only Vin Diesel could drive at, it's Kirby Air Riders. Either of you got anything to say about this?
Nah.
Yeah.
It's a game that has been dubbed as being released. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. Princess Zelda travels back in time to take on the Demon King Ganondorf in the first ever imprisonment war. You are taken all the way back to the very start of Hyrule in a time-travelling epic with the Princess Zelda. It's going to be really weird to play a Zelda game where you don't play as Link. But it looks incredible.
Sick.
Like, genuinely, everything that I saw it looks sick. Like, everything I saw in the whole of Nintendo Direct looked great. But this, even as somebody that's not the biggest Zelda fan, even I was like, I want to get a copy of this. This looks rad. So, I'm looking forward to it. You too?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, we talk about my motor skills. The one thing I am good at is platformers and RPGs. When I say I grew up with Mario, I equally grew up with Zelda Ocarina of Time, Zelda Majora's Mask. The Zelda games and that genre are like to me. So yeah, I think it's going to be sick.
I feel like Ed blew his beans on the Mortal Kombat, and now he's like slowly holding whatever entertainment he's got left for the Pokemon announcement. And then I'm going to announce the really big new Capcom game, and he's going to cry inside. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. It's a reimagining of an RPG game that does not get anywhere near enough love as it should because of all the other ones that are coming out. If you haven't, go and watch it. Genuinely, it looks a really, really cool change on it. We're getting the Virtual Boy release, which is going to be Switch and Switch 2 compatible. If you don't know what a Virtual Boy is, this podcast isn't for you and you're not old enough. Genuinely go and have a look at what a Virtual Boy is. It was such a random and cool accessory. It's coming out again. Go and have a look. Genuinely looks really, really cool. Fatal Frame 2 is getting a remake. If you've not played Fatal Frame, again, go on YouTube, go and watch the lore, go and see some of the gameplay, because it's one of the scariest things ever. Genuinely, it was like Resident Evil on crack. It was terrifying. That and Qn, I cannot know how you say it, Kyun. Ed's nodding, he's played it, he definitely knows. It is horrifying. It is a game where you basically play as a character, and the only way you can see the things that you are attacking you is with a camera. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but you actually move around and there's genuine danger, not robots. It's scary. I don't like it. Get it away. Now, I'm going to be quite excited about this one, so please bear with me. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Samus is back, baby. I'm very, very excited. Metroid Dread was my Game of the Year nominee for the year it came out on the Switch. I think it was 2023. Don't quote me. I'm old. My brain has only so much space left in it. That honestly got me so back into Metroid that I went back and played every title. And to see Metroid Prime 4 being announced finally, oh my god, am I excited. The ability to free roam as well really brings that yes, please, feeling to my body, and I'm very excited, especially after Metroid Dread genuinely being one of the best side-scrollers I have played in a long, long time. Very excited. Either of you looking forward to it?
Yeah, big time.
I haven't played
Really,
Metroid
really looking forward
in a
to
long time. But
I can't believe
I
it's
think
only...
Nintendo...
Oh, go on, sorry.
No, go on, go on.
I was just going to say, I can't believe it's only, like, been 2 years since, like, a big Metroid release. I feel like it's felt like a lot longer for some reason, and like I know that we've spoken about it as well when there've been well, actually I think we even said about it ahead of this direct. We were like, we want Metroid, can't see it happening, and then it was just there, like dangled in towards the end, and we Mush and I were just like, oh god, messaging each other, like just walls of like, oh my god, here it is. So I mean, yeah, Metroid itself as a franchise, incredible. Samus, incredible character. The whole world, the style of game, like everything about it is fantastic. And again, the way that they just revealed it, having like Samus's like heads-up display, I immediately was like, "Oh, here we go, boys! This is going to be good."
I'm just going to move on before I lose any more of myself in the moment. Donkey Kong Emerald Rush. It's a game that has been dubbed as releasing on the Switch in the future. To be honest, I'm nowhere near as excited about the Donkey Kong Emerald Rush as I am with about 99% of the Nintendo Direct. I actually think it was kind of underwhelming and disappointing in comparison to other titles.
Yeah, it lacked something. And again, we're talking about the games. One of my favourite ever N64 games was Donkey Kong 64. I'm waiting desperately for that to be added to the Nintendo games on the Switch, because I will then smash that out hard. And I was hoping it would be something like that line, and it was a bit childish, something was lacking. It did not appeal to me, and I was very sad about that.
Yeah, it really seemed to lack that like charming character that made Donkey Kong so special. Like back in the day, like people forget that it was its own franchise, and like yeah, it was involved with
started
Mario,
Mario,
but it
basically.
also had yeah, and it had a series of incredible games, and like even Donkey Konga, like a lot of fun playing like bongos and Guitar Hero basically. But it sort of feels like it's almost been kind of forgotten about, and it's just been shoehorned into other things. And now they're there like, oh no, let's try and get something out. And it almost feels like when you have like a sports game coming out each year, it's like just enough to be passable, but you know it's just a reskin of something older, or it's not quite gonna scratch that itch, but it'll do.
We could have had Banjo and Kazooie 3, and instead you just went, oh, this'll do. That'll do. Slap some paint
Don't
on it
get
and
me
sling it out there. It's like my mum when I was a kid. Yeah, just bang some clothes on it and bang it
Don't
out.
get me
Nobody
too
wants it in the
excited.
house anymore.
Don't get me too excited.
Oh, look at the timing on that. We move into the final game that I'm going to announce before we do all the Pokemon stuff. Ed, try and compose yourself. Resident Evil 9. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's greatest horror franchise is finally back. Resident Evil 9 Requiem is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't care if it's going on any other console, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. After the absolute genius, and I say genius because it was phenomenal, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 Village, plus the DLCs, Resident Evil 9 looks incredible. Like, the trailer and the promotional video that came with it had me in shivering. It was so good. I am excited. That's an understatement, but I'm trying to conceal my energy because there's still an hour of podcast left. Ed?
Yeah. I cannot wait. I am so excited for this. Like, Resident Evil Biohazard coming onto Switch. What a game. Absolutely incredible. Like, I've spent so much time watching other people play that game, watching like the behind the scenes, all the Easter eggs, everything, like playing it myself. Cannot wait to be able to play it handheld. Super excited. Resident Evil Village gave us the vampire goth baddie in Lady Dimitrescu, so the fact that we can have a 9 foot vampire beaut in the palm of our hands is a wonderful thought, and something that I will definitely look at picking up in the future. And then I love how they revealed this game. Like, they did it with Resident Evil Village as well, that it wasn't immediately apparent that it was Resident Evil. Like, you knew, but it was just at the very end, it was like Resident Evil, and it's just, oh, this is on every list imaginable of games I want to play.
For me, I always find that you'll get a Resident Evil promo video or trailer, and it's when I see that bloody umbrella logo, and then a little bit of me is like, oh my god, it's happening! and then I suddenly break out like I've got the T virus. It's a lineage of games, and it's funny we talk about how Mario has stood the test of time. Resident Evil is getting on for 25, 30 years. It's had some duds. We don't talk about Resident Evil 4. We don't. It was rubbish. Hello. My dog is wagging his tail so vigorously that he's excited for Resident Evil 9. Are you excited for Resident Evil 9? No, you just want food. No worries. It's going to be really good, and I'm very, very excited for it. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, and the reason that most people listen to the PokéPals Pokemon podcast, we're going to talk about Pokemon now. It's incredible. Pokemon Pokopia. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this style of games, but it's basically Minecraft meets Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing, where you will play as Ditto, who likes to parade as a human. You will meet other Pokemon and grow the world around you. It's got some really cute graphics, and it looks like it could be a lot of fun for people that are into that kind of game. For me personally, it's a no. Either of you two looking forward to playing it? Is it something that you're interested in?
I'll admit, I absolutely love a cozy game. Like, sometimes I want to, proper sink into something. Sometimes I want a game that's just going to be, a bit of a time waster. Especially on, a rainy day, get under a blanket and just play something wholesome. I am actually looking forward to this a bit more than I thought I would. Upon the initial reveal, I was like, this isn't for me. Why are they doing this? But then the more I actually saw of it, of, the discover new Pokemon, learn skills from them, use them to craft your island, and then getting the idea of building my own Pokemon City, I'm actually no, that is something that I would have loved 10-15 years ago. So getting to do it now, I am quite excited. It's surprising it's a Switch 2 exclusive though. I feel like that was a very interesting move considering how new the console is. But I'm imagining that's going to be because there's going to be some features that are too demanding for the original console. So quite interested to see what they sort of pull out there.
Yeah, no, I similar to Ed. When it was released, I was a bit. This probably isn't for me. But the more I've seen it, the more I'm even more intrigued. And it looks like a game that, again, Ed uses that word of a cozy game. It's something that if I'm not there to have a big old gaming session after work and I just want to chuck something on nice and easy, it's a game I'd really consider. And I actually think it would be a nice way to get the wife to enjoy Pokemon a bit more. She plays a Disney game where the name of it has gone over my head right now, but you play as someone that's collecting all the characters and you're building towns around them and opening worlds. And apologies for all the Disney fans that are hating me for forgetting this name, and apologies to you, my wife, if you're listening, because I can't remember the name. But I think that's another, again, she loves putting that on and just chilling out in the evening, collecting and building her villages and collecting her characters. And this is basically a Pokemon version of that, and I think she would really enjoy it. And I think that would be something that we could easily just put on together. It's like, yeah, I'm going to just go catch some Pokemon. I could easily just sit there and watch and enjoy. So I'm more pleasantly surprised with it than I was. And I think it's a good thing, because the more I see of it, the more I'm more intrigued by it.
I think I'm in the same boat that you are. It's not for me. My lovely, lovely wife is a big fan of Stardew Valley. She loves that kind of world building / adventure game. She's already said that she's definitely looking forward to it. So at least I can use the excuse of, oh, it's for my wife when I go and pick one up from my local game shop. It's just not that kind of thing. I tried really hard to get into Animal Crossing and I just couldn't.
Same.
I don't know why. I'm a person that loves to relax, and yet I can't play a game that makes me relax. It irritates me. It makes no sense. I genuinely love to be upset by video games. I think that's where I've got to in life. I like to play things on the hardest difficulty and scream and swear at my console. My neighbours don't enjoy it, but who gives a fuck about them? It's genuinely something that it does look quite cute and has some cool nuances, but it's just not my cup of tea. But I tell you what is my cup of tea. It's my cup of Z. My cup of ZA. Legend ZA. We have had some major major announcements. We have had like 20,000 new. No, I'm joking. We have had Mega Malamar. We have had Mega Delphox, Mega Chestnut, Mega Greninja, and not one, but two Mega Raichu forms. Mega Raichu X and Mega Raichu Y. And we've actually finally seen Zygarde in a trailer for a game that is based around Zygarde. Lots of cool new things are coming. We've had the Battle Club, the new trainer styles and battles, new megas of all of those Pokemon that I've spoken about, and we have already had the Mega Dimension DLC revealed. Bit odd to reveal DLC for a game that's not out, but you know what? I'm a sucker for it, Pokemon. Hey, buddy, here's my money. It looks really good. I'm really excited to play this whole new style of Pokemon game. As somebody that's come from Pokemon Red all the way up to where we are now, and playing things like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Colosseum, all the mini games and stuff like that, there isn't a tiny piece of Pokemon content that I probably haven't consumed. Although Pokemon Snap, I hate you. You do not know how many times I tried to get a picture of a Dodrio. All right, it sucks. I hate you. You ruined my life. But genuinely, Pokemon Legends ZA is going towards looking like one of the best Pokemon games ever because of how it looks. Obviously, I haven't played it, can't speak about gameplay, but genuinely looks-wise, I'm really enjoying it. And I am very excited to see, as we said on our previous podcast, what they do with the map being one city space. I'm very excited. These megas are looking great. How are we feeling about it, boys?
I cannot wait to get this game. Like, I feel like we've been saying for ages how we want Pokemon to sort of give us that like next layer and next dimension of like gameplay. So it's not just the simple like cut and dry. You get the type advantage, and then you can steamroll a gym with one Pokemon and no potions or anything. I feel like it's going to give us a new dynamic. It's something new to learn. Reimagining another city we've already been in, but it's like on a scale like no other. There's so much to enjoy, and I really love that it's already going to have so much more like replayability than other games. How it's going to have like the battle system, how the actual combat mechanics are. I'm actually looking forward to being dreadful at it because I want to put the time into like playing it, getting good at it, all of like the like rank battles, everything that comes with it. I cannot wait to fully immerse myself in a genuinely like new Pokemon game, especially when we've had the likes of Brilliant Diamond and Shite in Pearl and the Let's Go games as well. It's like they were fine. We had an amazing resurgence with like Legends Arceus, Scarlet and Violet had so many issues, but it was very charming because of it. I still enjoyed it. Mush has put a few hours into it to see if he enjoys it. Just
I actually would like to point out, right, that it's 874. Okay, I am bearing down on 1,000 hours, and I don't even play competitive online Pokemon. I'm just a loser.
and now we can be a loser in a new city. Like, I cannot wait. This is like I'm gonna secure my pre-order ASAP. Cannot wait for it. Getting to play it on Switch 2 as well. Looking forward to seeing if there is like a notable increase in like performance, everything that you've got with it. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting fully lost into a new Pokemon game. And like this sort of feeling, you can't beat it when there's something that you're genuinely excited about. So I am counting down the days until I can play it.
I am beyond excited. Like I'm already planning holiday days, Lou days for that the pre-order to be here. I've got the pre-order already locked in. I'm planning to have that day off so I can go to the collection point that I've ordered it for, collect it, then a day off after that so that I can get 2 full days in. In between that, I've got a wedding to go to, and then we've got a podcast. I'm planning to have more holiday days off the week after to sit home and play it, and just I do not want to leave my bed or my sofa. I am going to be locked in and play this game and just be enjoying every minute of it. It's so exciting. I can't wait. And again, it's Legends Arceus was a big resurgence for all of us, and I really think ZA is gonna increase that tenfold. I'm so excited, and it's the reason I got the Switch 2 so that I could experience this on the new console. I'm really excited.
Did you book the 2 days off so it gives you a chance at managing to launch the game?
Get out of my
I'm
head,
good
Edward.
at some things, okay?
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Just none
I
of
just
them
want
are
to
video
point out as
games.
well, guys, yeah, because I got called out earlier for being on offline mode. Ed also wasn't on the right mode to log in. We were both having issues, and who logged in first, me or you, Edward? Don't come for me.
After I rectified the issue and told you
Yeah,
how to
but
fix it.
I still got there first.
I can't help but feel like this is a dick swinging game between two people that don't have dicks. Who was already in the right mode and was ready to play with his friends? There we go. Thank you very much. This has been my TED
Back to
Talk.
ZA.
Honestly, back to ZA. Back to my cup of Z. It's genuinely looking like something that I will spend way too much of my life playing. As we noted a few moments ago, yes, I've put a few 100 hours into Pokemon Scarlet, and I don't really have that much to show for it. Mostly a shiny living dex and 2 very sore thumbs. But you know what? I've really enjoyed it. I think I'm one of the very few people that won't kind of badmouth or nag at Pokemon Scarlet. Yes, it had its performance issues, but you know what? So do I sometimes, and yet I'm still loved by few. Which is fine, you know? And I think that I'm gonna have to upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2, not only to enjoy Legends EA at its fullest and its most powerful, but to also go back and play Scarlet in the way it was intended to be played. It looks amazing on the Switch 2, and I'm very jealous as somebody that has put so much time into Scarlet, seeing people play it on the Switch 2 and how beautifully it looks with the lack of lag. You know, when I go past some water and I see a Psyduck flip, it just does me in. But I cannot wait. I'm very ready to be battered, bruised, and beaten down physically and emotionally while I am terribly bad at dodging water gun from a Squirtle. But when I finally get good at it, I think this might be the game where I finally build up some strength and do some online competitive battles. Hopefully, maybe. Probably won't now. That's getting cut from the podcast. Genuinely, I think Nintendo Direct as a whole, 95% hit. Basically, just Donkey Kong was nothing. Everything else was a good hit. I think that although lots of things have been announced, every single one of them stood out in their own way. And I think we were blessed that, unlike Pokemon Presents, where we all sat down ready for 2.5 hours and got less than half an hour of meh mod news, this delivered on every level. Like Royal Mail with no issues, it consistently delivered. But even though this was good, and even though generally we're all in high spirits, there are some things that drag us down, and we must open the basement door and slide our way in to a brand new segment marker drawn by the legendary Art O'Toads. Thank you, Jamie. My Segway hat is off. We're stepping in to the Moan Zone.
All right, gonna be short and sweet this week, just like me. So the first thing I want to start off with is the Pokemon Center. We did already discuss this. We just want to highlight, and I've discussed this with the boys. We said it once, we say it again. How can you consistently get things so wrong? How have you not had time to prepare? How have you not had time to see your mistakes in the past? Think, do you know what? We need to fix this. And the reason I bring this up is because we had a good discussion in our PokéPals group chat. And there are 2 very big ways that this can be fixed. One is opening more printing places, printing centers. The harder one to do, but we've said it before. Are you telling me this company doesn't make enough money to buy a new printing warehouse? Print more stock. Make it easier. Make things more available. You want to sell these cards? I get the people that are going to say exclusive E, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah. Come on. Be serious. The main ones of us in this hobby that I care about anyway, want more stock, and deserve more stock, print more. Or the second one, which has been a proven, trusted, tried, and tested method, is the lottery system. It isn't hard. Stop letting. What is the? It's hard work for them to be accepting all these orders, to then have to refund or have to cancel orders because it's scalpers, because it's bots. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. Stop being silly sausages. Fix your shit. Let us genuine collectors actually have a chance of getting stock. And again, to quote a good friend of ours, Ross, if I don't get anything, fair game. But at least I had a chance. And that's what it comes down to with the lottery system. Loads of us don't have a chance. All we're getting is the error messages, the temporarily unavailable, getting booted off the site. It's ridiculous. Anyway, to move on. Next thing. And as the time of recording, this happened today. There was someone on Instagram who's an 11-year-old boy who is an autistic kid whose mum runs his account, who has been collecting since the age of 5. We've discussed it about how important it is for the next generation to take up the passion, to get involved, and his account is run by his mother, and he has recently been hit with a wave of online bullying by grown men coming at him and admonishing him for his collection. He has some decent cards. He has a great collection. Like I said, he's been collecting for 6 years. That's 4 more years full time since joining this hobby than me, and longer than the two of you. He's been collecting longer than us 3 together combined. So he's going to be able to collect some decent things. And all of us as kids owned video game systems. We owned things that we did not earn the money for as kids. But there is a thing as pocket money. There is a thing as birthdays and Christmases and gifts. And it's that whole argument of, and I've been very much on this side of saying that this is a child's hobby, and there are people on the other side going, no, it's not, they don't buy a product anymore, blah, 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 and try and chat shit about why it shouldn't be a kid's hobby. This kid was bullied online by grown adults for saying that these aren't his cards, this is his dad or his mum flexing their own things and trying to make it seem like it's the kid for views, trying to basically shit talk him and his parents, saying that it's all a big lie. For what reason? For what outcome? And this is where social media gets disgusting, dangerous, scary, and absolutely annoying. Because these people didn't need to make that comment. But they decided to come, and again, this is an 11-year-old autistic child who's just enjoying his cards and is making good content out of it alongside his mum, who's running the account all legally and done right, and someone's decided to come for him. For what reason? It is sickening. If any of you out there are friends with these people or are them people themselves, click off the podcast, unfollow, I don't care. Like, it's sickening. If you're friends with these people, go give their heads a wobble. Because who bullies children online? Who bullies a poor autistic kid online because what? You're jealous of their collection? You don't like that they're showing off good cards? Just enjoy the content. Be a happy, supportive, positive place that this is meant to be. So seeing that story today really ground my gears. And I hope that we can learn from this and not just come with the negativity and the bullshit that we've been seeing recently. Because it's not on. It's not nice. And it's not safe. A poor child's getting bullied for what reason? Grow up. You're meant to be adults. You're pathetic. Enough said.
If you are actively going out of your way to bully an 11-year-old and be like, oh, you didn't buy those cards, what job did you have at 11? Maybe a paper round? Like, if you were lucky, that your mom would have gone round with you on. and you're looking at a card and going, an 11-year-old can't own that, must be spoiled. It takes so much more time and effort to bully than it does to just scroll on by. And the fact that people are actively seeking out this innocent child that has a banging Pokemon collection and is just pure salty, you are the biggest waste of life that there has ever been. You're going out of your way to not only ruin the hobby for an innocent autistic child, you're also putting off the next generation of collectors because that child's going to go to school and say to their friends, I'm not that keen on Pokemon now because Dave, that's 64, divorced, we can see why, is now bullying me because I have a very nice tag team card because I was in the hobby at the time of tag team cards. It's like, it is just the lowest of the low. You are an absolute piece of shit. And if you're going to give anyone grief for their collections, come speak to us in person and just see if you'd make the same comments
Please come
about another
speak to us in
collection.
person. Please, I beg of you. It's pathetic. It is infuriating. And again, to kind of drum in on how close to home this touches, I've got an autistic little brother, and so imagine if a grown adult would bully him like that, knowing what the kids are like these days and the bullying you can get in school. To know there's a grown adult that could potentially speak to him like that, you do not deserve the air you breathe, because you are an absolute dreg on this world. You've gone on to someone's social media account, a positive place, to do what? Like Ed said, you're wasting more time commenting negatively than you would be just scrolling past. Scroll past, scroll up to the part where it says delete your account, delete your account. You do not belong in this hobby. You do not belong in this space. You do not belong on social media. If that is what you're coming with to social media, you need to get fucked, sincerely.
And as well,
We understand that, obviously. Oh no, go on, Ed. Go on.
no, I was just going to say, if anyone that's listening to this, watching this, is engaged with any of our content, or has never heard of us before, but is experiencing anything like this, please let us know.
Absolutely.
We
Please.
will be that voice for you, because that is what we want to create. We want this to be the safest
Yes.
space where it is all about what you're collecting, what you're passionate about. Mush loves Pokemon that not many people do. Me, I love anything that resembles Godzilla. It's a bit niche in Pokemon, but that's the thing that gets like me going. Tone loves the alphabet in Pokemon. Like, everyone loves different things, and that's what makes this hobby so great. And it's also so great when we have a community that is welcoming, helps us feel safe, helps us celebrate all the little wins that we have, whether it's picking up a Grail card, whether it's getting something that is important to us but not important to anyone else. Like, I did my Shinji Kanda collection. I picked up loads of common cards. Each time I got one, I was like, that's another one towards the collection. I got a Nidoking from Steam Siege earlier, and I was over the moon with it because it's another one for my Nidoking binder. If anyone was to have turned around to me at my big age of 29 and been like, what do you pick that up for? I'd have been gutted. I'm not an 11-year-old impressionable child that has more years in this hobby than I will and will continue to have, and you are going out of your way to ruin that. It is not on, it is not good enough. I'm not going to lose my temper over this anymore and give you absolute vermin any more of my time. But if anyone out there does experience anything like that, please get in touch with us separately. The podcast Instagram, let us know in YouTube comments, tell us your story. We will be there to celebrate you, your collection, your involvement in this hobby. Scalpers aren't even as bad as you absolute pieces of shit, because at least they're in Pokemon and they're engaging with the community. Granted, they're ripping them off, but they're not bullying an 11-year-old child. Absolute wankers.
The last thing I'll say, because even Zeus is whining, is the last thing I want to moan about is the special Japanese boxes. There have been some nice boxes released recently in the forms of the Hiroshima box, which hosts the Red Gyarados on the box, the Tohoku box with Pikachu and Victini, and I'm going to butcher this one, the Fukuoko box, which has Latios and Latias on. They are stunning boxes. They come with some sleeves, one promo card, a couple other little trinkets, a deck box. In English pounds converted from Japanese currency, it is around approximately £10.50 on Japanese sites. Reminder everyone, you don't get packs in these boxes, you don't get loads and loads of cards, you get very minimalistic items. Why are we buying them at £200 to £300? For what reason? For what reason? It is ridiculous. Ed, what is it, please?
Well, Tone, I think it is a fucking
It is
shambles.
a fucking shambles. It is stupid. What is making us as a community think, do you know what? It's really smart to drop a couple of £100 on a half-empty box. I know we love cardboard. I know we're in this hobby because we love cardboard. But come on, it's the right cardboard we're chasing, not an empty box. This is it with this hobby right now. We are wasting money. I can't even be mad at the scalpers at this point. I've got no one to blame except the buyer. And yes, there are sellers out there. You are just chasing the bandwagon to try and be in and popular. And look, we're also selling it. I just don't get it. It is far too expensive for what the product is. It comes with a Pikachu promo. It has Pikachu tax. I do not give a flying fuck. It is far too expensive for what it is. It is absolutely ridiculous. Anyone that pays that price for one of these boxes, you need to give your heads a massive, massive wobble. Because people in Japan are laughing at us right now. Because when they will see the prices we're paying for it, they're like, well, they're sitting there with their £10 card and box and everything else. We are paying 10 times the amount, guys. For what reason? I even know, as someone that loves the Pokemon itself, it's in definitely it'd be in my top 5. Red Gyarados. I'd love it as well. I'd love to own that card, but I'm not going to pay £300, £400 for the Red Gyarados box because it's got Red Gyarados tax. It's so stupid. It is ridiculous. That will be the end of the Moan Zone today, because if I go any further, I will burst a blood vessel.
I understand, and I'm just gonna bring it all down a little bit. I understand that the last 5 minutes of the podcast has been full of a number of expletives and a lot of emotion and anger. Please note that none of us are naturally this way. We are not horrible, nasty people. But when you back us into a corner, and generally I can feel myself welling up because this is actually really saddened me. It's one of those things that I will not stand or sit idly by while people are made to feel small or unwanted or worthless. There is enough shite going on this planet, enough fear-mongering, horrible nastiness that you can see on the news. We are doing this for fun, for passion, and for love and enjoyment. That's all it's there for. It pays for packs, you can pay for singles, and it pays piss all to be nice to each other. Being nice, and I'm going to make a little joke here, is mega, which is really fucking convenient, because as I put my Segway hat back on and take my sad tears out my eyes, because I am actually a little bit sad, we are going to go and hang out in our favourite segment here on the podcast as we do the strongest analytics with Ed.
Welcome back to the Strongest Analytics, the only place where hype still gets demoted to the non-holo rare treatment and your credit card is guaranteed to end up in the discard pile. Today, we are going to be revisiting the top 10 most expensive cards from Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. That's M1L and M1S for my set code sticklers who run through sets like I run through Patience in the Pokemon Center queue. These sets kicked off the new era with fireworks, leaving wallets more scorched than a Charizard cameo in Well, every single set since the dawn of fucking time. So once again, we'll count it down from 10 to 1 and compare the price movements that we've seen since the last episode. Buckle up, buckaroos, it's going to be messy as a bunch of Shroodles at a late night rave. The Mega Kangaskhan EX SAR has gone from £28 to £25. That's right, folks. Black Friday's come early, a whopping £3 off. Still not enough to buy baby Kangaskhan his first legal pint, but at least Mom can afford a packet of crisps to go with it. Lily's Determination Super Rare, in the 9th spot, has gone from £42 to £44. The simp tax strikes again, and questionable adults are swarming faster than Prince Andrew to a Pizza Express in Woking. In the 8th spot, we have the Mega Latias EX SAR that has gone from £43 to £35. Latias is gaining momentum. Unfortunately, it's straight downhill like a soapbox cart without any brakes. The Mega Venusaur EX SAR makes up our 7th spot on the list and has gone from £52 down to £42. Our big leafy boy has been tossed into the reduced section with the sad lettuce and vegan sausage rolls that nobody has ever asked for. In the 6th spot, we have the Mega Lucario EX SAR. This has gone from £62 down to £58. Price turbulence continues. Lucario's up, he's down, he's roundhouse kicking Venusaur straight into a tin of pedigree chum. In the 5th spot, we have Acerola's Mischief SAR. This has gone from £72 down to £52. Chaos reigns supreme with this card. Sales are bouncing between £42 and £85. Either it's market manipulation, or the creepy trainer collector crowd just unlocked a new DLC after rinsing Lily. In the 4th spot, we have the Mega Gardevoir EX SAR. This has dropped from £120 to £110. The glitter tax is still gouging, though at least HM Treasuries shaved a tenner off this time. Shove that in your autumn budget. In the 3rd spot, we have Lily's Determination SAR that has surprisingly dropped from £220 to £170. The epidemic of symbiosis is easing, but don't worry, Lily is still stubbornly clinging to 3 figures like she's holding out for a new variant. In 2nd place, we have the Mega Lucario EX MUR that has dropped from £290 to £240. This is still eye-wateringly pricey. For £240 you'd expect a real golden retriever to put a shift in and get you some gold back, not just one that looks like it's auditioning for Street Fighter. And finally, we have what was once number 1, the Mega Gardevoir EX MUR, that has had a staggering fall from £310 to £220. Once the queen of the ball, she is now rolling up to her high school prom in a vajazzled limo with broken air conditioning, and somehow slipped beneath Lucario's valuation. The fall from grace is almost Shakespearean, if Shakespeare wrote about shiny cardboard. And there you have it. The Mega Brave and Symphonia leaderboard revisited, a tale of glittering highs and value-crushing lows, from Baby Kangaskhan's £3 discount pipe fund to Gardevoir's fall from Golden Girl to Silver Sausage. The market's message is clear: hype giveth and hype taketh away. Lucario is still barking up the money tree, Lily remains the queen of simps despite a markdown, and Acerola is running market chaos like she's on eBay's payroll. The first wave of this new era isn't just testing wallets, it's actually pile driving them into the floor. So if you thought that Mega Brave and Symphonia would be a safe ride, remember even the strongest EX cards eventually end up in the reduced section, right next to Venusaur and the week-old Cabbage, which will only rot further when the English set releases next month. Whenever that releases, actually, for the rest of the world that isn't the US. That's right, Pokemon. Collectors do exist outside of the US, but you forget about us from time to time. Now, speaking about being collectors, let's take a look at the results of this little card of ours.
Thank you ever so much, Ed, for once again bringing the most entertaining 3 minutes of my life. Luckily, my wife's most 3 entertaining minutes will come courtesy of me after the podcast has ended. We step in to this little card of ours. Now, over the previous weeks, we've obviously done card show specials for London and for Wolverhampton, and we did a live podcast from the Manda Centre where we didn't have a little card of ours segment because, to be honest, there was just too much going on, and Ed pulled Gardevoir, which kind of broke the internet and my heart. So, going from the previous of episode 9, not 9.5 or 8.5, which you should have watched by now, we are going from the results of there, where I stepped into the arena with my big bad fighting bug from Neo. It's my Heracross Hollow. Ed stepped into the arena with his
Stained Glass Birds promo that is going to be sent off for grading, so I do not have it to hand right now.
Absolutely fantastic. Really glad I segued for that one. And then Tone stood tall with his Ghost-type gym leader with Morty and his Conviction. Insert Ed's card around here somewhere. Looks good. Thanks for that. That's some editing that I'm not going to be able to do. Now, this week was our most tight and closest week we've had in every episode we've ever done. Not as one-sided as Tone and his Prime Steelix. Not as one-sided as it was originally when Ed revealed his Stained Glass Birds. Yes, that one. It is a draw for second place. The first time ever we have drawn. So out of a possible 3 positions, we are only covering 2. In a conjoined second place with 32% of the vote each. It is me, because of course it is, and it is Ed, which means your winner for this week's little card of ours with 36% of the vote is Tone and his Morty's Conviction. The tightest result we've ever had. I'm very excited by this because hopefully it means going forward we can have even closer ones. I'm terrified that we finally get a 33%. I can't wait for the Scott Steiner style promo that one of us tries to count because it's going to be incredible. But as is customary with every week, once you lose, you've got to throw away your old card and bring a new one to the arena. I'm actually really glad to see the back of the Stained Glass Birds because I'm sick of hearing it. It's too stonky for me now. I only like the weird ones. Ed, your new little card of ours that you are bringing into the Pokemon Stadium-sized arena is...
Well, it's funny that you say the new card that I bring in. When what I'm actually doing is hitting us all with a bit of old-back Japanese goodness. Now, as we all know, I am a massive fan of my Kaiju Pokemon. I am working on a collection of them. And if we go back a few episodes, I actually won with the vending series version of this card. I am bringing to this
I know what it is.
little card of ours the Giovanni.
He's been bragging about this.
Nido with the most ludicrous hollow. It's old back. It's from one of the greatest Pokemon card series we've ever had. Just look at it. Earth shattering in the background. Nidoking looking tough as hell. Insane hollow. Giovanni doing his bit in the corner there. Make sure you make the right choice and it isn't Tone.
Not even you. Just isn't Tone. You dick. I'm very, very close to being sad, but I love the Giovanni's Nidoking. I'm a big fan of Gym Hero / Gym Challenge. And I'm really glad that I didn't bring my Gym Hero / Gym Challenge card to the table because I was very, very tempted to because it's got a very cute swirl. But instead, I took it upon myself to find a Ghost-type Pokemon that could actually go and counteract all of Morty's team. I love this card. It's not got an old back, it's got a new back, it's not Japanese, it is English, which is odd for me, I know. I love this card, and I was actually lucky enough to pull this from a tin, like Ed did with his Gengar, that the wife managed to pick me up from Tesco. And I've got a little something in there for the Simpy boys, so don't worry, trainer lovers, there's something there for you. I and bringing to the table this week the Mimikyu V Trainer Gallery. One of my all-time favourite Mimikyu cards and one of the best trainer galleries there is out there. Look at Acerola lurking in the background like a stepmom watching her kids do some dangerous stuff. It's going to be a very big week. I say that like I have a chance of beating Giovanni's Nidoking. But nevertheless, if you want to vote for greatness, vote for Mush and his Mimikyu. Tone's muted himself. Finally, somebody else has done it.
Ed to go. I even said, Ed, do you want to go?
I'd already revealed
I thought
my
we was going
beautiful
backwards
card.
because Mush just.
And then Tone is bringing some shite to the table that nobody really
It's
cares
funny.
about.
It's funny.
Yeah, Tone's
because
bringing a
this
full art
is
trainer
no
that
one
no one.
cared.
week. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks.
voted.
Yeah, we
So make
thank
the
everybody
smart
for
choice.
joining part.
Don't vote Ed because I'm looking at some of you, Jodes, Ross, that have Ed tax. Vote for the nicer cards. Vote for
Ed
either
tax.
the beautiful Mortis Gengar, like 36% of you already have, or vote for the Mimikyu because that's one of my favourite ever Mimikyu cards. Don't let Ed win.
There are some people that pay for packs. There are some people that pay for cards. There are some people that pay for the blue tick. Ed pays for voters.
Excuse me now, boys. The amount of times I have been in the lead and then Tone's gone on with his
Yeah, to be
17
fair, Tone and his
burner
63
account,
burner
all of his
account.
family, someone that lives on his same estate, and all of a sudden they're voting on Pokemon cards. I've seen it. I've been through the analytics because it's what I do.
Bring it
and
up
I
in an
am
Ed's
calling it
analytics
out
then, innit?
right here.
Because right now I'm winning this segment. Alright? Cry more.
I'm pretty sure that your dog just followed the podcast
right.
on Instagram.
I'm going to make him an account. We're going to make Zeus an account.
He's already got one.
There
It's the
you go.
Adventures of Zeusy Poodles. You can go and follow them now on Instagram. My dog's gorgeous, but it does not vote for Tone. Now, we here at the PokéPals Podcast are now available on Patreon. You can subscribe to us for less than the price of a booster pack. You will get the ability to vote for this wonderful brand new segment for us. You will get a shout out here on the episode, and with future events and updates coming, you will get a first glimpse and look. You will also get live and uncut versions of the podcast alongside some streams and gaming that we're going to be doing in the future, even though Tone doesn't know where his switch on button is. It's going to be, as I say, phenomenal, and not, as Ed says, a fucking shambles. It's going to be great. We can't wait for you to come along with us. Tone, that's not a phone. Why are you putting it to your ear?
Says the person earlier on in it that did that. Don't come for me.
Yeah, to take the piss out of you. What works both ways, sweetness. Right. We here at the PokéPals Podcast want to do something really, really fun and inclusive for everybody. And we've decided that there are millions and millions of great things, moments and happenings in the Pokemon world that deserve their own shout out. So we are going to open our very own PokéPals Podcast Hall of Fame. Welcome to the PokéPals Podcast Hall of Fame, where we here in the PokéPals Podcast will pick our favourite cards, games, moments, Pokemon, anything in between we could put in my Segway hat. And we will put it to you, the public, on Patreon, and you will vote for what goes into our Hall of Fame. The first week, we put our suggestions out to you guys to suggest what goes into our Hall of Fame. And for the first week only, you lovely people on the internet, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Patreon, will all get to vote. We will collate the data, and that will go in. But going forwards, you will only get to vote for the Hall of Fame segment if you are one of our patrons on Patreon. That is a tongue twister. Now, we had a number of really, really great suggestions, and each of us have picked one suggestion each going forward. Who wants to go first, or shall I lead the charge?
Take it away, Mush.
You're both just scared, aren't you?
Who's
See,
scared?
I've lost it now. Screw it, moving on. Yeah, I'm scared.
That noise is going in the Hall of Fame.
That's my suggestion, is me not being able to utilise the English language because I've been talking for 2+ hours. Now, As we've discussed multiple times on previous podcasts, I am a big Crystal fan. Generation 2 and Johto has my heart. Just the same as that if I could own E-Series, I would cuddle it until I fell asleep. There are many things you can do in the Crystal games that are absolutely fantastic, phenomenal, and a wonderful thing. But nothing beats the feeling of beating Whitney. Everyone has fallen victim to her big cow and its rollout, and when you finally manage to beat that absolute B word and get past her and get going into the rest of the game, it is a monumental moment in your playthrough. So I am offering up to the public my suggestion. Going into the Hall of Fame is the feeling of beating Whitney.
See, that is such a great choice, and it's because of that fight that I eat so much steak now. I'm getting my own back on Miltank.
That's why I drink umpteen amounts of milk. Give me that moo and give it me now.
For my entry into the Hall of Fame, it's no secret on this podcast that I love Pokemon Stadium. So I am putting forward the suggestion of Pokemon Stadium mini-games. We're talking Run Rattata Run. We're talking Clefairy Says. We are talking Sushi Roulette with Lickitung. There are so many incredible little additions to what is already a standalone fantastic game. Tone hitting us with Clefairy Says. Mush acting like the metronome. Me loving every second of it because Pokemon Stadium is one of my all-time favourite games. And then they somehow improved on it in Pokemon Stadium 2. How do you improve on perfection? Add Lugia. That's all you need. But for me, those mini-games are as big a part of that game as the actual battles themselves. Fantastic. A great way to, again, branch out in what you do in the Pokemon games, get more people involved, made it a much more fun party game as well, in the same way that we have Mario Party. For me, Pokemon Stadium minigames are incredible, and they deserve the headline spot in the illustrious, decadent, never before seen PokéPals Hall of Fame.
I'm up against two very, very big choices. So I'm going to tug at my co-host heartstrings here. And out of the list of what you guys nominated to go into the Hall of Fame, the one that I saw that stuck out to me was the very first moment that me, Mush, and Ed finally got together. The moment at LCS, our video together, the first ever special episode, the time that the LCS and the PokéPals hit London Card Show. As a Hall of Fame, it's the PokéPals Hall of Fame. The moment that we first came together, the moment that we all got together and finally connected, never actually met each other before, done the first ever filming together. It's a moment that holds dear in my heart. We got to meet a lot of our friends for the first time as well, for most of them. So that is the moment that I'm putting forward to be moment number one. I'm up against two banging moments in this community, in this Pokemon world, but that is a very important one as well.
I feel like realistically, if that doesn't win, I'll be the most butthurt. Yes, granted, the feeling of beating Whitney is incredible, and it's such a relief when you're, 11, 12 years old, and you've been hit with rollout 300 times. And Pokemon Stadium minigames, I am the god of Run Rattata Run, alright? I'm terrible at sushi with Lickitung, I'm terrible at it, but Run Rattata Run, there is no better A-button basher than I. But the London Card Show with the gang and getting to meet all of our friends outside of the podcast in person, live and in living colour, it truly is it's something that I'll never forget. Even when they're bored of me and sick of my shit and have moved on, I will still look at that photo of all of us in front of the media scrum board and think, do you know what a day that was. Although I will say I am just really grateful that nobody voted in Low Punny's cheeks. Right? I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. don't ever suggest it. It's never going in the Hall of Fame. I will put Heinz baked beans in the Hall of Fame before I put Low Bunny's cheeks in. If you would like to vote for our illustrious, decadent, delicious, stupendous, many other synonyms Hall of Fame choice, you can go over to our Instagram alongside our little card of ours and you can vote there for week 1. Going forward, for the rest of the weeks that we put things into our Hall of Fame, you will have to sub to our Patreon for just £3 a month. It is less than buying a booster pack a month, and you get to join in with all of the fun things that we're going to bring in the future. It's not just a Hall of Fame, and it's not just a shout-out. We're going to be doing live and uncut episodes. We're going to start doing some streams. We're going to do some extra bits, and also, maybe we'll get you a one-on-one signed photo of Don Sleep Trent. Big man, just saying. Stan Lockton has been confirmed as appearing soon. And we will be sending our very own Terry Sellers out to do live broadcasting from somewhere. I'm sure there's somewhere in Johto that needs a Terry Seller.
Just sending Tone out into a field.
Just anywhere and calling it Johto. I'm going to go put a sign in a field somewhere that just says Johto. I'm going to go and find a bit of woodland and rename it Ilex Forest. Oh, but yes, if you would like to vote for the Hall of Fame segment for this episode, you can go over to our Instagram and vote over there. Going forwards, it will be exclusive to our Patreon subscribers. Gentlemen, it is delicious and genuinely the best to be back in the studio doing whatever this is. Us chatting shit about Pokemon for 2+ hours. It is a Pokemon podcast that I will remember to remind you right now that is voted and nominated for Podcast of the Year. Voting opens on the 6th of October. Please keep your eyes peeled and keep your fingers ready to tap vote for us. We will make sure that it goes everywhere so that you cannot miss out. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please do go over to the Instagram, follow myself, Ed and Tone. Make sure you follow the podcast. Make sure you go to Patreon, pay £3 for some really lovely extra things so you can be a patron and be part of this wonderful, wonderful gang. If we do not see you soon, we'll see you at Swansea, we'll see you at Wolves, we'll see you at Lincolnshire, and we'll see you in Newbury. If we don't, we'll see you right here in 2 weeks' time on YouTube. Stay safe, kiss, bugger off.